I have been getting Instagram ads for months. I don't know if you're this way, but I am. And I've been getting them on this. This is the Jayflex HYPERBEL, and it claims to be able to not only replace an entire home gym, they claim that by using the bar, you're able to drop it, rack it, flip it, and bop it.
You lose! You blew it, my turn.
Let's drop this sucker. Hey guys, it's Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and this is an as seen on TV review. At least this is kind of my generation's as seen on TV review. This is a product that I've been getting ads for some time, so we decided to review it. I haven't gotten, we've gotten some requests on this one. The thing is, most of our community have full-fledged home gyms, and so they're not always thinking about what's something that's a minimalist approach. And that's what this is really designed for. This is designed for somebody who has a home gym, maybe a bench, but also some dumbbells, specifically fixed dumbbells. You can use this, and I'll talk about this in a moment, about adjustable dumbbells. You can use some adjustable dumbbells, but not all of them. But if you have fixed dumbbells, you can suddenly, from what they say, have a complete gym and replace what you would find in something like this and just have this. Is that true? Let's talk about it. Okay, it comes with 3 different items in their bundle. You can buy them individually or you can buy them separately. Straight bar first. This is the design. The clamp is really what's interesting. It's a straight bar. It uses rubber coated, like some sort of grippy coating that's on here that's actually quite durable. I'll talk about my feelings on that a little bit later. But this is the part that's really most interesting. It's a clamping mechanism that clamps around a fixed handle, say on a dumbbell, clamps around it and then screws into the end. And the way that it screws is this little red piece right here, just red piece of plastic right there. What's kind of unique about it is because dumbbells aren't like, they're not circular, obviously, so the weight resistance isn't perfectly around the center of the bar. The center of gravity is a little bit different because the head of the dumbbell will be like half the weight's over here and half the weight's over here. So in order to allow you to basically determine where you want that to be, it allows you to change the angle. So you can put it like this, or you can put it like this, and then that allows you to basically tighten it on. You put this around it, you wrap it around a dumbbell. This 10-pound dumbbell probably costs more than this entire set, which is just ridiculous. Now, one unique part of it is that you don't have to use it just like a barbell, so you don't have to weight both sides. In fact, you can just take off the other end if you wanted, and suddenly you could technically use this like you could like a sledgehammer. Now, I wouldn't suggest hammering it like you would like an actual sledgehammer, but you could probably do like some weighted mace type stuff, which is nice, something that you can't typically do with a barbell. Okay, so that's the straight bar. The straight bar weighs about 5 pounds, so it's really light. It can hold up to supposedly 100 pounds on each side. I will say, if you're really pushing it, I bet you could go heavier. The thing is, if you can afford that many dumbbells, fixed dumbbells up to hundreds, why not just buy a barbell and plates? They even make them in shorty. So that's a straight bar. Then you have the easy curl bar. The easy curl bar uses the exact same mechanism. Really, the only difference is obviously the easy curl, and that's where this holding mechanism really plays factor, because suddenly you can change the angle so that the resistance profile is where you want it during a curl, or you can make it maybe a little bit lighter by having the head up or having the heads out front, side to side. So same exact mechanism on the easy curl bar. It's not a very drastic easy curl. Like, I wish it was a little bit more. For instance, Rogues is really nice, but it gets the job done for curls, tricep, skull crushers, things like that. And then you have the Kettlebell. And this, honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, what's the difference between that and like kettle grip? Because they're both plastic. They're both using a similar mechanism. The difference is kettle grips is attached. What's unique about this is it allows you to change the angle of the dumbbell. So if you wanted to do things that are resting on your forearm for overhead presses, you can turn this so the dumbbell is against you. But if you wanted to do, say, kettlebell swings, and you don't want the heavy, big heads of the dumbbell hitting your knees, so you don't have to go ultra wide, you can turn it so that the angle, so that there's more space between your legs, like this, which I think is obviously the optimal way to do kettlebell swings versus it being here, because then you have to adjust your stance, especially if you're going with a heavy dumbbell. So this version, I'm actually quite a fan of. So that's what they do, but let me kind of give you my opinion on them and how they compare to other things. First off, this is made to be like a budget item, okay? It's not necessarily made to like be something for somebody who has all this. Most of the things that you can do with these bars, like you could just do with the dumbbells anyways. You can press with these, and technically it's gonna be kind of hard at times to press with the bar because you can't, they say you can rack it, but it's not like you can really rack it unless, I don't know what rack, maybe I haven't seen a specialized rack, but I don't know a rack that thin that you can actually rack it. So you can't technically use it like you would on a bench press or something like that. And then like curls and things like that, well, you can use these in that way too. So it does provide a little bit variety to your training, which I think is nice. Just understand, like, if you've got a full fixed dumbbell set, why you wouldn't just buy a barbell. But I can understand the person who may be looking for this is like, I've got dumbbells, I'm just working out with a bench, I'd like to vary my training, and then that would allow you to have something like this. But here's really what I don't like about it, a couple things. Number one, like weight capacity. It can hold up to 100 pounds each side if you're actually lifting heavy. Even for women, like you should be lifting probably more than that on a deadlift. I'm not saying like you have to lift more than 200 pounds, but I've met many women and many people that don't train very seriously that are able to lift much more than 200 pounds in a lift like a deadlift or a squat. So in terms of actually able to like increase the load and increase your strength, you're limited. Now, for a like pump style workout or bodybuilding, that kind of thing, this can work in that manner, but some to be understood. The other thing is the rubber grips. The rubber grips aren't my favorite. Obviously, what I would prefer is, everybody shout it out, knurling. I would rather it be knurled. That said, for the market they're going after, which is just the general home gym user, I think the rubber grip's fine. You're not gonna have any complaints of people saying, oh, it's too aggressive, it hurts my hands, or oh, I wish you would have made it more aggressive. It just is what it is. It's a rubber grip. It's texturized, and I think for the type of workouts that people could do with this, which would be like body pump or maybe following something on YouTube for just higher intensity stuff, it can work. Now, the other thing I wanted to call out is this ring right here. Everything about this honestly feels somewhat solid. Like the rubber, the foam that's in here, you can take it out, so it's replaceable in case like it breaks, or if you have a handle, the diameter's too thick, which would be more than 1.5 inches. That's what they say the max is. The plastic, again, it's plastic, but I think it's pretty protected because the dumbbell, the bar, like it's pretty solid. Yeah, it uses plastic on the end caps and the rubber, but overall it feels pretty solid. This piece right here, I just don't get. This is the cheapest piece on here. Honestly, if I squeeze this hard enough, I'd crack it. This just doesn't match the rest. And if there's one weak point on this system, it's this collar right here. I would have loved it if they made like an aluminum collar or something. It's just like, it's just annoying to use and it feels chintzy. Feels like it's gonna break. So one call out there. Now, one thing we gotta talk about is the pricing on the Jayflex HYPERBEL. They have some unique pricing, and honestly, although it's budget friendly, it is somewhat pricey. So for this, which is the straight bar, and the kettle grip, which I think like if you're gonna do one, like you can buy this on its own, which I think is fine, and it's around 50 bucks. And I think this is, in my opinion, this is one of the best things of these three. But if you also want this, it's 179 bucks for both. Now, it is free shipping. But if you want to add the easy curl bar, which I think a lot of people want to, honestly, for me, if I was gonna use this, because I would be using it for more like pump type stuff, like curls and tricep extensions, that sort of stuff, close grip press, I personally would probably prefer having the easy curl. This on its own is an extra 159 bucks, and you can't buy them all three together. I wish they had a package where you could buy like all three. So just be aware, like the pricing, yeah, although it's somewhat budget friendly, like you could get an okay barbell, like legitimate okay barbell for that price. In their ads, they say that you can drop it, flip it, and rack it.
Drop it, rack it, flip it. There is no workout that it can't handle.
Well, we know I don't understand the rack one. We can test that one now. No rack, okay. The other one is flip. I can see how you can flip. Flip would basically be, use it kind of like a tire, which I think is a cool idea. So you just kind of lift up and go over. But they say it can be dropped, and this does not feel like a product I would recommend people dropping. So let's put some weight on it and let's drop this sucker. So one thing to be aware of with these is the type of dumbbell you're using. Unfortunately, the two best adjustable dumbbells that are out there do not work with this. Nuobells and Power Blocks. Neither one works on here. Nuobells, which are right here, the handle isn't long enough. So this just will not close. The diameter's fine. And then Power Blocks, because there's a cage wrapped around it, they don't work either. So if you have adjustable dumbbells, you'll have to have like Bowflex 552 selects or 1080 selects or MX selects or maybe Nordic tracks. Some of those would work. These ones, which are the ones that I like the most, unfortunately, they do not work. We have 30 pounds on each side. That makes a total of about, if you include the bar weight, about 65 pounds. The only reason, I want to be clear on this, the only reason I'm going to test dropping on this is because they say you can drop it. Like, you look at Bowflex dumbbells, we didn't drop those. They say literally on there, do not drop. This thing, it's made to drop. It's made to flip. It's made to rack. It's made for this. Let's show it. Let's drop it. All right, we're gonna start low and slow. Just like I like my barbecue. Here we go. No big deal. Also gotta do it like this. Okay, no big deal, all right. Let's go a little bit higher from deadlift. This makes me nervous. All right, deadlift again. Okay, all right. Dude, this is... All right, let's check out the deets. Definitely some broken plastic here, which is just a part of that holds it in. There's another one on the backside here. Yeah, dude, this is fine. All right. I mean, here's the thing, you probably shouldn't be dropping that. I know they say drop it. I doubt they would like warranty it for drops, but the bar is still straight. These are still fine. The reality is, if these things broke, maybe they'll warranty these and they'll just send you a new one of these that pop on. I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised that held as well as it did. Here's the things I wish they would kind of change. I wish it would be a little bit thinner so it could work on Nuobells at least. Those are some of the best adjustable dumbbells that are out there, and I know a lot of people have them. They say it's rackable, it's not. If you're benching, you're not gonna be able to go that heavy if you're not able to rack it, because you're gonna have to start at the bottom position. You're also gonna have to like, you know, either clean and jerk it up, or you're gonna have to like work it up when you're on the bench, and then you're gonna have to press. Like, you might as well do dumbbells at that point, because they're just gonna be easier to drop. And if you're like failing on a set, all right, you got this thing stuck on you, you're just gonna have to dump it to the side. A little bit annoying. But all things considered, for the price, I think it's okay. For most home gym owners, if you already got a squat rack and a barbell and everything like that, you might as well use plates. Like, but if you're somebody that's just got a home gym, minimalist setup, you've got some dumbbells, have a bench, I think this would be a good addition. I don't think it's like the greatest thing in the world. I think ultimately I'd love to see you get a barbell and plates, but this is a great in between and it's priced very affordably. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised. That drop was, that was nice to see it's that durable. And I was surprised to see that like this is something that I think people could find some use in. All right, we'll put a link to it below the like button. Make sure you hit it on the way down. If you'd like to see other reviews like this, we're actually doing a roundup where we bring in a bunch of Instagram products. This is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and we will see you next time. Peace.